I'm going to take this 10 minutes of my precious time addressing some groups, some friends, some family members. And I'm going to remind them what Christ says about being a hypocrite. And if you don't know you're a hypocrite, then I would just love you to turn your Bible to Matthew 23, is that we will read from, and you examine your action towards your friends, families, co-workers, and associates. Please examine yourself before. Please check yourself before you wreck yourself. Listen what Tai Chi has to say here.
The more wise people in the world is the safer the world is to live. The more fools and the more danger it possesses. Tai Chi, tell about it. Religion is like opium, so we use wisdom.
Yes, those religious fanatics whom said they are follower of Christ and going the other way. Matthew 23, Jesus addressed them properly. Then Jesus spoke to the crowd and to the disciples, the teachers of the law and the Pharisees, or the authorized interpreters of Moses' law. So you must obey and follow everything they tell you to do. Do not, however, imitate their action. Notice the word action, because they don't practice what they preach. Now, they don't practice what they preach, but yet they want to preach to you. Those of you whom family members, friends, associates, co-workers, fellow men who believe that when I use your so-called bad word that God doesn't penalize you for, right? Right? Feeling that I am sin against the Holy God or the Holy Spirit. Now, let me tell you something this morning, right? That your action by malicing your brother, malicing your sister, it is much more a terrible sin, more than the BC or the RC or the PC that I use, right? There is no sin attached to that. In fact, Jesus called them hypocrites, right? He said, you must not, yes, Jesus called them hypocrites, and that's whom they are. He said to them, how terrible for you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You give to God 1/10 of the seasoning herb, such as mint, dill, and cumin, but you neglect to obey really the important teachings of the law, such as justice and mercy and honesty. These you should practice without neglecting the others. And he called them blind guides. You strain the fly out of your drink, but you swallow a camel. He goes on to say, how terrible for you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You clean the outside of your cup and plate, while the inside of it full of what you have gotten by violence and selfishness. Blind Pharisees, clean what is inside the cup first, and then the outside will be clean. I urge you, let me go on further. How terrible are you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like a whitewashed tomb, which look fine on the outside, but are full of bones and decaying corpse on the inside. In the same way, on the outside you appear good to everyone, but inside you are full of hypocrisy and sin. Those of you who hear me, friends, family, kings or queens, hear me using the BC or the RC, which has nothing to do with my salvation. I do not know if you are stupid enough to believe or to think that using those words that cannot offend anybody, cannot kill anybody, cannot rob anybody, cannot make anybody a lesser person, if you in your moral faculties, going to all kind of Bible school and all kind of college, do not know that, kings and queens, let me tell you this: you are listed in this category for me. Yes, you are listed in this category.
The more wise people in the world is the safer the world is to live. The more fools and the more danger it presents.
You're a danger and a menace to society. If that's your way of thinking, you are a danger to society because you are carrying a poison of indoctrination to the nations, right? You're carrying poison to the nation. You're actually poisoning the people you lead. Mr. Bishop, Mr. Deacon, Mr. Pastor, whoever you are, if that is what is in your head, listen what Jesus Christ calls you: hypocrites, right? And he outlined them. Visit Matthew 23 and know yourself. Argument done. Those whom feel that they should malice their brother, malice their sister, and come preach to them, you are nothing but a whitewash sepulchre, no matter who you are, kings or queens.